You're watching Living and Thriving with Rustie, and I'm Rustie. For those of you who don't know me, I host an international radio talk show. I have written several books, and I should be hopefully publishing another one by the end of this year. I was kicked back and needed some editing. No way. And I speak, and I'm a single mom, and I live in Jurassic Park or Florida, and we're in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. There's not much I can do because I ended up with pneumonia, so I have to stay home. I can't go out and play. And this is my way of giving back. You get to see our expressions, you get to watch us laugh, you get to watch us make fun of each other. But all in all, you get to meet a lot of my friends from all over the world who are really wonderful and inspirational people. They motivate, they challenge, and they're going to give us tips and tricks on how to survive this pandemic. I think we're still early in the pandemic. Some people are saying we're coming out of it. Time will tell. But until then, I'm home and I miss my friends and I miss hugs and I miss tacos. Taco Tuesday, come back. And I've learned how to be a plumber and a chef and a teacher and a gardener and so much more. I've rearranged the house 8-9 times already. And it's busy time. You know, it's kind of unprogramming myself from what I used to do. So I get to invite all of my friends and see what they're doing because they've got to be going stir crazy too, right? And today I have Angie on, and I have not actually spoken to Angie in a couple of years, but we are good friends. I love her, I adore her, and she's doing the same thing. So when I ran across her videos, her daily videos, I was like, oh my God, she's a sister from a different mister. I love this woman. She has always inspired me, always encouraged me, and as she does other people. She's quite a unique person, and she's on. So, hi, beautiful. Oh, she froze. Angie? I think it might be her ghost. Oh, there she is. Are you guys having internet problems up there today? Yep. Everybody's having some sort of technological issue, and I'm like, I thought Mercury left retrograde a couple of weeks ago.
I think they're telling me that my meeting will start in a few seconds.
We're here. Hi, beautiful. How was your day?
Well, are you able to see me at all?
I can see you.
Oh, okay. That's kind of strange because I don't see you anymore.
That might not be a bad thing. I don't know if I brush my teeth.
So how you been doing?
You know, I'm living the dream. I live in the tropics, as you know, right off the Gulf Coast of Florida. I live not too far from the beach, so we get a lot of the weather. It's been absolutely gorgeously beautiful in the mornings. I wake up at stupid o'clock in the morning. And it's been a really nice cool breeze off the ocean.
Yeah.
Like 60, 70-ish in the morning, and it's quiet. And because it's Jurassic Park, you know, we have a plethora of life here. And the animals actually stir before the humans. And so it's interesting to listen to life every morning, wake up. I feel very blessed that way. Chloe's doing better. She had mono. She's been in isolation since January, so that was kind of interesting.
It's been quite the year for you so far, huh?
It's been great. Actually, it's been a really amazing year.
I kind of it's very enjoyable to be out on, you know, where the beach is right there and the sun is right there, and
yeah. Yeah, it is. And I know you guys got, you know, you guys had spring. And then all of a sudden winter decided to show its presence again, I think yesterday. Didn't you guys get like a foot or something?
That's New England. I said, that's New England. And you know, it's funny, Rusty, because this year, okay, I relocated about a year and a half ago. And I'm closer to the coastline now. And this is the year where I finally am settled enough. And I was saying, okay, I'm going to be able to go out and watch some sunrises and stuff because I'm only about 20 minutes out. And wouldn't you know it, all the beaches are closed down because of the COVID. And so I'm like, oh, can't do that.
Yeah, Thank God for YouTube beach videos. Well, I'm bummed that you're on the seacoast now that I'm down here. We never got to really see each other because it was such a huge distance. Well, now there's even huger distance, but thank God for technology.
Yes, and I love it.
Yeah.
And once you connected with me, I've actually been doing some of these Facebook gatherings with my Awakening Moments with Angie. I just started that the last couple of weeks, and now that I see you working with this on Zoom, it's kind of giving me the, I think I'm going to start the Zoom thing with Awakening Moments again.
Well, and I would love it. I love it. And I do try to peek in on you when I get an opportunity. I just caution having them public on Zoom right now because, I like to have the random password just to protect everybody.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's why I started to do Zoom a couple of weeks ago. I was going to do that instead of Facebook. And I went back to Facebook because of all of that was being said. And so now with the passwords, if I do Zoom, it'll be just for a few people.
Yeah, and I just, there's a place that you check off to give a unique ID, and that's how you avoid predators, because each guest has their own ID. You're not going to have two people with the same one, so it's worked out pretty well.
There's something going on with my am I still on?
Yep, I hear you. You're just frozen.
It's funny because I'm going to come back in because I think I messed up a little. So I'm going to put all the information back in.
Okay.
So see if they get me back on in real time here. Hold on. Give me one moment.
Okay. So we're going through a worldwide pandemic, and I'm reaching out to all the people that I know and love that inspire and motivate other people to be the best versions of themselves. And even during a worldwide pandemic, we still can't get the darn internet to work properly. Lord, huh? You're working fine.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you and everything.
Oh, there I am. Okay, that's all I had to do. Come back. Now I can see you.
So Angie, tell us who you are and what you do and what inspires you to be you, because you do quite a bit for the people in the community.
Yeah, I'm a community I'm Angie Danjou. I'm a spiritual consultant. And actually, when people say, what is a spiritual consultant? A lot of people get confused. Spiritual consulting is doing psychic readings, working with the energy, training people on how to open up their intuitive empowerment classes, things of that nature. I also do fairs in the area as well, so that people can come and be a part of the community of spiritual bliss, so to speak. And so I'm also a meditation coach, and I've also done a lot of training with people on different pieces of metaphysical properties.
What's your website? We lost your. We lost you.
Tell me I'm unstable.
I'm chatting with her right now, trying to see if we can get her back up.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, that was weird.
You were talking, but we couldn't hear you, so it was very bizarre. Do you want to actually log out and log back in just in case?
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this right now, and I'm going to go back in.
Okay.
Right. Leave.
So you're watching Living and Thriving with Rustie. I'm Rustie, and we're just having technical difficulties. It happens. Everywhere you go, you're going to stub your toe. Keep your pinky toes inside. Make sure you don't hit a corner, right? life is very unique and interesting right now during this pandemic. We are all learning how to reprogram our norm. And most of us have found this time to be very exciting because we get to recreate our life. We have the time to do the things that we haven't had an opportunity to do. And I've really thrilled and feel very blessed that my friends from all over the world are popping in several times a day, and we're doing these videos so that I can upload them and you have somebody to think about and watch and observe and maybe be curious about or maybe motivated by every day for as long as need be. And Angie is in New Hampshire, and the weather is always something different every few minutes. So I'm not sure if weather's playing a hoozy on her internet or what, but she should be signing back in shortly. So yay, it worked.
Yes, I'm back.
Well, I was like, are you going through a snowstorm? Did somebody hit a pole out there? You never know. It's New England.
That's just the internet. So I don't know what part you got of what I was saying.
We got nothing. So what's your website? How can we find more information about you?
They can actually look me up at my website, angiedanjou.com.
All right.
Simple, angiedanjou.com.
And when this video actually gets uploaded, her information will be down below. So definitely click on and check her out. She is quite a ticket and does a wonderful job at gathering people to learn to live in a holistic spiritual way. And I've always loved her. So Angie, what are you doing to stay sane? What are you doing these days, lady?
What am I doing these days? Well, I'm telling you, I was supposed to have all kinds of event coming up, but it's been a little bit of a challenge, don't you think?
Yeah, I know. But you're gonna have to do them virtually now, and that way I can participate.
I'm trying to look into the virtual mode, and that's where I'm going for this. So, you know, it's keeping me busy because you got to learn all this stuff really well, and there's a lot of little intricate pieces, as you, I'm sure, know.
Yeah.
I'm also coming up with some classes because now I'll probably start doing classes online. So some of the class materials that I have right now, of course, aren't for online. So, you know, I'm keeping myself busy.
Oh, I bet. And you're doing your motivationals every day, which I think is just so huge. It's such a huge gift that you're giving to the community. So share about what your intention was, where the idea came from, and
Actually, the ones that you've been seeing actually came because I started to give thought to my awakening moments. I had a show, Awakening Moments with Angie, which was it is on YouTube still. There's still some older version, you know, from a couple of years back. However, now with this all going on, I kind of said, well, geez, you know, I don't think I have to go to the studio anymore.
Right.
I can start doing this on my own over here, especially after, you know, I started to say, oh, yeah, I can take this and put it onto YouTube just like I did at the studio. So, but my inspiration with that is to reach out to people, because a lot of people, you know, unless you reach out to them, they don't get all the narratives of what spiritual guidance is, what evolution is, what intention is, you know, what positive energy is, what, you know, balance. And so I started out with my events, of course, bringing people in. Like a lot of people came in because it was craft fairs as well as holistic. And I had many comments on people that were like, you know, we came in this to look at the crafts, and right now we're just blown away because we got to hear what sound healing is about. We got to understand, you know, what tarot is. We got to understand energy healing is. And that's really good because, you know, it opens them up to that aspect, and it's not all that, oh no, it's metaphysical.
Right. That's the woo-woo.
So my goal is to get more people to start to take time for themselves, because the more we nourish ourselves as an individual, the more we can do for our community and for our people that are surrounding us. And a lot of us lose track of that fact. You know, we kind of sit there and say, whoa, wait a minute, you know, I've got to do this for this one. I gotta. Where's your time? Where's your moment? You know, where's your reflection? You know what you really want to be doing. So that's part of my goal, is to bring people into that enlightenment, to understand how important it is to go within yourself and do meditation and do structured guidance on where it is that you really see yourself, what you're really going to do. Because once you do that, your intentions can be filled with greatness, and you can also help and benefit the community and the world. So that's my goal. That's how it all started.
I think it is beautiful to take that time and reflect and create and chip away and cut out, you know, the pieces that are no longer serving you in a positive way. And I love the fact that there's not one instance that I've known, I mean, I've known you for a long time, but I've never known one instance of you ever having anything other than kindness. And so you having that spirit and that guidance and helping other people find their love on the inside so that they can blossom is a true testament as to who you are with your own inner work. So that's a big shout out to you. Give me your process. What was your process for yourself to?
I just have to say to you that there are times when I can blow up. But I also tell people that there's times that they need to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there's a balance there too that has to be met at times. What's my process of getting a person to react?
Your own process, how you were able to get to this place where you have a beautiful balance.
Oh, that would be that's a long story.
I know, it's only 25 minutes.
Yeah, so I'll just give you the small piece. I've been doing this all my life. I was already intuitive in my teens before that. I let it go. I went into big business, you know, I went into corporate world. Then I got pushed out of corporate world at a certain point in time around 2000. And I had two children. And at that point, I got a lot of inspirational synchronicities that brought me back to saying, what am I doing? I got to come back to this, because right at that point, it was almost like the world really needed to have that guidance. That was back in 1998, 1999. And I did it. I just said, that's it. And I was blessed because I do have a husband that's very supportive, and, you know, a home and all that. So, you know, this is my way of saying, yeah, I still have this as a business, but at the same time, it's more of my ability to be there and help community get a balance with themselves. And that's pretty much my process of, you know, I processed it through meditations, through taking Reiki, working with my guides. I had to like reinvent my time. It was funny because when I was in my teens, I was on a plateau where I was just, my attention, I went. I just knew, I didn't worry about anything. I just went with the flow. It was supposed to come to me. It came to me. Okay. But then of course, once you start getting into the nitty gritties of, I guess they call it now adulting, you know, where you get into the corporate world and everything, I felt this feeling of just being taken apart. And by the time I got out of corporate world, I looked at myself and said, what did I allow them to do to me?
Mm.
All about what I could gain for them, what I could gain for them. And I was like, oh my God. And then I started to realize I have to come back out. I have to come back out and help people to understand that they don't have to be locked into that. So that's my process.
What are your tips and tricks for people out there that are watching this to begin to go deep, and or even, I don't even think you need to go deep at first, but you know, to start practicing meditation, start getting into a positive space?
The first thing I would suggest to them is to make sure that they find, even if it's a 10 or 15 minute block a day, find it. no interruptions, no children, no work, nothing. Find it. Um, I would also tell them to put themselves, make a circle and make it into pie, like cut it into pieces. And in each segment, place the things that like work, home, health, happiness, what exercise, things that you would normally do, being with friends, put it around that circle. And then realize by looking at that circle, if I was to have 1 through 5 from the top of that circle to the inner part of that circle, what number am I going to rate myself at? How much am I educating myself? How much am I being healthy with myself? How much am I taking, how much work am I doing every day for my company? How much time am I taking with my friends? How much time am I taking with my family? How much time am I taking for self-care, reflection? And then you'll see that your pie's going to be a little crooked when you go to connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very important thing to do for yourself because that gives you the picture. Now, if you have somebody who's maybe they're very ill and you've been taking care of them, that's going to be there. You have to help. You have to support that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not something that's like that, then you got to start to manufacture. Where am I putting? That's your tip. Okay, if I'm taking so much time at work, let's take a piece of that and say, nah, that's not going to be in work any longer. I'm bringing it into family, or I'm bringing it into reading, or I'm bringing it into meditation. Exercise if you're not getting enough. Figure it out. Then when you do that, you'll start to see the clear picture of how much you're missing and how unbalanced you truly are. So that in itself is the tip. That's the beginning.
I would caution any negativity around that, though, because that's kind of a process. I mean, you have to learn. Routines are amazing, and we're humans, and we need the routines. And so right now, we've lost almost all of our routine, really.
Yeah.
And effectively, we have to reprogram ourselves. And I think that this is an awesome time in that process because you're able to be a little bit more gentle with yourself. And
yeah.
I think that's really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But at the same time, you also have to remember that everybody has their space on this earth. One of the things I tell people is that you have to remember that you're on this life path for a journey that you've been placed on it for.
Yep.
And you're not on this life path to fix everybody else's journey. Okay, so whether that be your work, whether that be your family, whether that be a good friend, assist, whoever, they have to navigate their own life path. It's all right to shoulder, but bring it back in, because the more we can allow ourselves to be strong and do our thing, the more we can do for all that are surrounding us.
Well, and I always go back to the butterfly and how the butterfly actually has to break and heal in order to get out. And that's kind of, some butterflies do it faster than others. Some are not.
Okay, so for me, I'll be honest with you. When I started back into my meditative and getting back into the flow in 1998, 1999, excuse me, it took me 9 years to come back to where I was in my teens, as far as my intuitiveness and my overall feeling of, being able to trust in my inner self. 9 years, that's a long process.
It's a long process. And again, some people are faster than others. It took me 17 years to turn my life back in the direction in which I wanted it to go. And it's taken me another 10 years to keep it in that direction, with lots of challenges in between. Yeah. You know, the wind kept trying to change me back and it just wasn't going to work.
Challenges are part of our life path. You know that.
Oh yeah.
But the
Where,
challenges are what makes our soul stronger.
say that one more time, you kind of bubbled.
I said those challenges are what makes our spirit stronger.
Absolutely. And I believe that you don't know what you don't know until you know. And when you know, you can share. And now that's what we're doing today. We're sharing. And where can people find you one more time? Because we're actually, believe it or not, we've got about 4 minutes. Can you believe that?
Goes by too quick. That's like me when I go on. I'm supposed to be on for about a half an hour, and all of a sudden it's like an hour, and I'm like, okay.
I've been running over.
But yeah, they can reach me at angiedanjou.com. And there you'll find all kinds of information about me and my events and what I offer and all that good stuff. And if you want to, anytime Awakening Moments gatherings are now happening on Facebook. I have actually been doing them Mondays at 8 p.m. and Thursdays at 1 p.m. is the schedule at this time.
So what are your parting words for the audience? Because I think it's important to hear.
My parting words for the audience is, take time to look within yourself, connect with your guides, connect with your angels, and don't let anybody tell you what you cannot achieve, because you could achieve whatever you send out for intentions. All you need to do is focus on those and move forward fearlessly.
It takes courage to want to see your dreams come true, and it takes a lot of strength to make that happen. And I love the fact that people are really gathering all over the world to challenge people to build up that courage, motivate them, excite them, get them inspired. And I love the fact that you're doing these meetings every couple of days. I think it's wonderful that you're stepping up and you're giving your gift to those who need it the most.
Thank you. And you too. I mean, I honestly didn't realize you were doing this until the other day when you approached me, because I haven't seen anything about it when I look online. So I'd love to have something linked on my page or something for you, because I think it's awesome for people to link into different people.
Oh, absolutely. And the more of us that are stepping out to raise the vibration and raise the energy and put positive stuff out there, the better, because we need it right now. I think we can all just pretend that we're the sunrise or sunset, whatever makes you happiest, and you're just facing it and feeling it. And that's what the intention is to raise the vibration and make everybody a little happier and distract you from the negative,
There's a time for reflecting in ourselves and moving forward in a new vibration.
Absolutely. And I don't think we're going to go back to a normal. I think we're creating a new norm. And I'm really excited to see what that...
I actually pray that we create a new norm.
Oh, you're not the only one. I'm right there with you, girl.
Including the earth.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I'm glad you're on the Seacoast. And if I come up this summer, which I probably will for a couple of days, I will hunt you down and go and have coffee or something.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, honey. Don't forget to send me your link.
I won't.
Thanks. You're watching Living and Thriving with Rustie, and yet here is another wonderful person to offer inspiration, motivation, and love and light. It's really exceptional when you can step out and try to be of service, even when you can't physically be of service. And technology is really cool when it's working. So definitely check out her information wherever it ends up, and know that you're loved, know that you're beautiful. Do something good for yourself. Take that 15 minutes. I think that's a great idea. Go get creative, go sing, go dance, take a walk. If you're in a state that allows fireworks, go blow some fireworks up. Get crazy and mischievous. Until next time.